In a world that rewards the one who shouts the loudest, who has the most opinions, who never goes quiet, we have forgotten a truth the ancients knew very well. Silence is power. Not the silence of fear, nor of someone with nothing to say, but chosen silence, the silence of one who could speak and decides to stay quiet. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, Zeno, considered it one of the greatest signs of inner strength. They knew that whoever masters his tongue masters his mind, and that often what you do not say gives you more power than any word. We live believing that to be important we have to make ourselves heard, fill every gap with our voice, answer every attack, comment on everything. And yet, the most serene and respected people you know are probably the ones who talk the least and observe the most. In this video, you are going to discover 6 reasons why silence is one of the most powerful tools there is, and how to use it in your favor. Not to isolate yourself from the world, but to move through it with more calm, more strength, and more clarity. Stay to the end, because the last reason may change the way you understand yourself. Let us begin. The first reason silence is power is that whoever speaks less observes more. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, summed it up with an image that has never lost its edge. Nature gave us 2 ears and only 1 mouth so that we would listen twice as much as we speak. Think of any room where someone will not stop talking. That person empties themselves, exposes themselves, tells everything, while the one who stays silent absorbs everything. The one who is quiet sees the glances, notices the gestures, catches what is really being said beneath the words. Noise blinds you. Silence gives you sight. While others compete to fill the air with their voice, you become the only one who is truly understanding what is happening. And information is power. The one who talks reveals his cards. The one who listens reads them. That is why the wisest men of antiquity were famous for their silences, not their chatter. They did not speak to seem intelligent. They observed in order to be. The next time you are in a tense conversation, try staying quiet a little more than usual and just watch. You will be amazed how much is revealed before the one who knows how to wait in silence. The second reason silence is power is that you do not always have to defend yourself. When someone attacks you with words, provokes you, or insults you, the world expects you to respond, to strike back, to justify yourself. But the Stoics discovered something profound. Often the strongest answer is no answer. Epictetus taught that if someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself with speeches, let your actions speak for you. When you keep silent before a provocation, something curious happens. The attacker expected your reaction, wanted to drag you onto his ground, and by not giving it, he is left alone with his poison in his hand. Your silence strips him of power. It is not that you swallow it or submit. It is that you decide that battle is not worth your energy. Answering every criticism is like trying to put out every spark with your hands. You get burned and never finish. The one who stays calmly silent shows that he needs no one's approval and fears no one's judgment. There is enormous strength in looking at someone who provokes you and simply not entering the game. Silence, in that moment, is not weakness or cowardice. It is mastery over yourself. Whoever controls his tongue when everyone expects him to explode has already won the only battle that matters, the one over his own mind. The third reason silence is power is that it saves your energy. Talking without measure exhausts you, and we almost never notice. Empty chatter, gossip, repeated complaints, arguments that lead nowhere, all of it drains your strength drop by drop. Seneca warned that much of our life slips away in useless words, in conversations that make us neither wiser nor calmer. Every word you let out without thinking is a little energy that escapes. The one who talks about everything with everyone scatters his mind into 1,000 pieces. The one who knows how to be quiet concentrates it. There is a silent dignity in not having to comment on everything, in not needing to give your opinion on every topic, in letting pass the conversations that only seek to feed the ego or the gossip. To keep silent is like sealing the leaks of a dam. Suddenly your energy gathers instead of draining away. And that contained energy is what you later use for what truly matters, to think clearly, to act calmly, to create. The ancients knew that the word is like fire, useful when controlled, destructive when it runs wild. Speak when it adds something, be quiet when it is only noise. That is how you protect your strength, and protected strength is what changes things. The fourth reason silence is power is that words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. We have all felt that weight, the weight of something we let out in a moment of anger or impulse and wish we could erase. But the word is like an arrow. The instant it leaves the bow, it no longer belongs to you. That is why the Stoics cultivated the pause before speaking. Cato, the famous Roman Stoic, was known for thinking long before uttering a single sentence. Not out of slowness, but out of respect for the power of his own words. In the silence that precedes speech lies all your wisdom. That instant of pause is where you decide whether what you are about to say builds or destroys, whether it adds something or only unloads your rage onto another. Most of the conflicts that ruin friendships, families, and jobs are not born from great betrayals, but from sentences spoken without thought in the heat of a second. The one who masters silence gives himself that sacred margin to choose. When you feel the urge to let out something hurtful, breathe and stay quiet a moment. Almost always, once that second passes, you will realize it did not need to be said. Silence spares you more regrets than any apology, because an apology heals the wound, but silence keeps you from making it. The fifth reason silence is power is that it commands respect without asking for anything. You will have noticed that the people who talk the most are usually not the most respected, but the opposite. Whoever needs to fill every silence, who interrupts, who repeats his opinions again and again, conveys insecurity, as if he feared disappearing the moment he stopped talking. By contrast, whoever speaks little and calmly creates a different presence. His silence carries weight. When he finally says something, everyone listens, because they know he does not waste words. The Stoics understood that true authority is not shouted, it radiates. Marcus Aurelius ruled the greatest empire in the world, and even so was remembered for his restraint in speech, for never losing his composure in idle arguments. There is something magnetic about a calm person who needs to prove nothing. His stillness communicates inner strength, self-control, depth. Silence creates a space that others fill with their respect, and even with a little mystery, because they cannot read you completely. You do not have to act or pretend. It is enough to stop talking too much. Measure your words. Do not answer every provocation. Do not share every thought. You will see how, little by little, your presence begins to weigh more than that of those who never go quiet. Silence carried well does not isolate you, it raises you. The sixth and final reason silence is power is that only in silence can you find yourself. We live surrounded by constant noise, voices, screens, notifications, conversations that never stop. And in the middle of all that din, it is impossible to hear the one thing that truly matters, your own inner voice. The Stoics sought daily moments of silence to withdraw inward. Marcus Aurelius wrote that men seek retreats in the countryside, on the shore, in the mountains, but that there is no retreat more peaceful than that of one's own soul, and that retreat is entered only in silence. When you truly go quiet, when you switch off the noise outside and the noise within, you begin to see clearly. The answers that the bustle was hiding appear, you understand what you feel, you remember what you wanted, you tell apart the important from the urgent. Silence is the mirror where you finally see yourself without distractions. That is why so many people fear it, because in silence you can no longer run from yourself. But whoever learns to dwell in it discovers there is nothing to fear, only a place of calm and clarity that was always there, waiting. Seek a few minutes of silence each day, no screen, no noise, just you. In that space, quiet and serene, is where everything else is forged. We have walked through the 6 reasons why silence is power together. The one who is silent observes more, does not need to defend himself, saves his energy, avoids the words he would regret, commands respect without asking for it, and, above all, finds himself. Silence is not absence, it is presence. It is not emptiness, it is depth. In a world of constant noise, choosing to be quiet is an act of strength and of freedom. It is not about never speaking, but about speaking only when it adds something, and about discovering the enormous power there is in what you do not say. Start little by little. Today, in some conversation, try to stay a little more quiet and observe a little more. You will see how everything changes. As the ancient Stoics said, whoever masters his tongue masters his life. If this video gave you something, give it a like and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom every night. And remember, sometimes the one who stays silent is the one who truly rules. See you in the next one. Take care.